right, you'll remember this. I think it was like a 2-night PWG event, and I think this is this was like I don't know if Ring of Honor was part of it or if it was just PWG, but this was like not in the regular venue, and it was some special show. And one of the nights, Steen or Owens or whatever you want to call him, packaged you and power bombed you over his head into a turnbuckle, and you looked like you died. And I thought that was the last day I was ever going to see you alive.
So that was RussellReunion 2011. The Fighting Taylor boys, Ryan Taylor and Brian Cage Taylor, which, by the way, they just made up so they would have something to do with Brian, against the Cutler brothers, against the Young Bucks and Rockness. It was a 4-way tag. And I was like, oh, wow, that's a really dope match for them to put us in so soon. And they're like, yeah, it's a semi-main event at RussellReunion. I was like, excuse me? And they're like, yeah, and the winner is the first team going into DDT this year. And I was like, oh, wow, tight. And they're like, yeah, you're winning. And I was like, I've had 2 matches here, dude. And they're like, yeah. And after the match, Kevin Steen's going to come out and lay out the winner. And we were like, oh, all right. It doesn't matter who it is. When someone lays you out, you don't really get to put up much of a fight. You're just going to take something nasty for this, for that moment. That's just how it goes. So we go out there, we do the most. And then Steen comes out, and before he was like, all right, so I have an idea of what I'm going to do to you guys. Let me run it by you. And we're like, for sure. And he was like, I'm going to package power drive you at the same time. Me and Goodtime look at each other like, huh? He's like, yeah, you know how you do that thing? Because I used to ride on Kevin's back and do clotheslines. Like I was like, he was Yoshi and I was Mario. That's kind of was the joke. And he's like, yeah. Like, when you're on his back like that, like maybe you end up on his back, but I give you both. And I was like, So I'm squeezing Kevin like, or a Goodtime. I'm like, no. So we try it. And I'm not going to lie, boys. I just went dead weight.
Yeah,
I went dead weight. I was like,
that's a veteran move right there.
I was like, there's no way this isn't gonna like just hurt us. Like our heads were even side to side. I was like, there's no way we're not gonna just get ruined on this. And he was just like, he's like, it doesn't work. And I was like,
so you preferred what happened to you?
No, because that's the next part. Nobody explained to me what was the next thing. So I had never seen. So Kevin was like, okay, we'll do this. He's like, I'll package Pile Driver Goodtime, and then I'll give you the Steenalizer. Is that okay? And I was like, yeah. I had no idea what the Steenalizer was. Yeah. I just never seen it.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
And so I looked, Kevin walks away, and I was just like, and I looked at my Kevin, BHK. I was like, hey. I was like, what's the Steenalizer? And he was like, it's kind of like an exploder into the buckle. And I was like, all day. We do those every Friday at Mach 1. I would always take belly to bellies and exploders into the buckle, no problem. And so that's how it was explained to me. And then in the moment, he comes out, he lays us out. I see him package Pile Drive Goodtime, and I was like, ooh, that looked scary. And he comes to me and he puts me like a pile driver, and I was like, okay. And he picks me up like a power bomb, and I was like, okay. And then he tucked my head, and on our green trunks we had the little Loch Ness monster, and all I could see was my logo. I was I couldn't see anything but like the dick logo on my trunk. And then I just hear and the clink of the buckles. And then I open my eyes and I'm outside the ring on the floor, my arm through a guardrail. And fans are grabbing my arm like I'm freaking Evel Knievel, and they're checking if I'm okay.
I thought you died.
Dude, I thought so too, because it was over like that. So he gives me a Steenalizer. I go in between the top and the middle rope and hit the buckle with my shoulder and go through it to the floor. And then I just open my eye. Like I feel the carpet on my back, and then I look, and like fans were reaching through like, oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? And I was just like, and then Rick Knox comes out of nowhere, and he's like, are you alive? And I look at him, I'm like, I think I'm okay. And he's like, are you sure? And I was like, I think I'm okay. And then Goodtime rolls out, and I don't know if he no-sold the pile driver or what, but I think he got out of the way. The eyes were on Kevin anyways, Steen. And he came to check on me, and he was just like, oh, my God, dude, are you okay? And I was like, what happened? And he's like, I don't know. And fans are still, like, reaching through, like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I was just like, fuck it. Let's pretend I'm dead. I was like, let's milk this shit. And then Knox. And so I was like, let me sell. And Knox said, it's 1 a.m. We can't. You have to go. It's the main event. The main event was Claudio and Generico. So it was like a big ass main event. It was for the PWG heavyweight title. And Knox was like, guys, you have to go. So Kevin picks me up like freaking Crisis on Infinite Earth, like carrying, and I felt bad. That was the second time I sandbagged that day because I went heavy. I just pretended I was dead because I didn't know if anything was wrong, but I knew the crowd thought I was like hurt really, really, really bad, and I was like, I can't let that go. I can't let that die. So I just went limp. Like completely limp, and Kevin and Steen was in the back, like freaking out, like, Jesus, dude, are you okay? I was like, I think I'm fine. And I was completely fine. Like I was really sore on the side that hit, but there was a little bit of bruising, but like nothing was torn, nothing was broken. It was like the scariest thing to not hurt. Yeah.